And Kenya's journey towards becoming an oil-producing country gathered steam today as the government announced it will be flagging off the first batch of crude oil from Turkana over the weekend, where President Uhuru Kenyatta will be gracing the event. Well, the crude oil will be ferried from trucks from Pese in Turkana County for storage at the Changamwe-based refinery and later to be exported. Petroleum Principal Secretary Andrew Kamau indicated that a total of 400,000 barrels of oil will be transported over a period of about 6 months. Well, the early oil pilot scheme is an experimental phase where the crude oil will be stockpiled and later on sold to various farms as Kenya prepares to commence full field development to pave the way for oil production by the year 2021.
This is an experiment. This is a geological project. We want to find out what's in the ground. Okay? So, because we've delayed in the early oil, we have to continue with the appraisal part. So we've had to build tanks in Lokicha of 36,000 barrels because we must flow the oil. Now you can either build more tanks in Lokicha and incur cost, or you can use the tanks that you have in Mombasa. Because they already exist, there are crude oil tanks already in Mombasa. Now, the way it works is for every shilling you spend in exploration, you have to pay it back. It's called cost oil. You, the people, we, the people of Kenya, will have to pay that oil back. Now, if we've got tanks that exist in Mombasa, why not use them? It saves us quite a bit of money. So that's the first step. But if it's in Mombasa, it gives us an opportunity then to export it. One thing follows another. The alternative is continue to build tanks in Lokicha, wait for the pipeline, put that oil in the pipeline, and export it with the full field development. That's the alternative. So as for break-even, how much money is going to be made, when are the communities going to get the money, it's not a relevant question. And the communities understand that this is part of the extended well test. Those tanks have had oil, 60,000, 70,000 barrels in those tanks for the last 4 years. Already discussions are underway with international reputed construction companies. We are looking at various proposals, both for construction and for financing. Once we understand what that looks like, then the rest of us can come in and say, okay, fine, this is the kind of equity that we will be taking in this project and the debt structure and what it will look like. But that process is ongoing. And like I said, if we can conclude the agreements between government and the joint venture partners on the upstream and on the midstream section, we should have that all buttoned down before the end of this year.
In Kenya and the joint venture and the extractives industry in Kenya has an opportunity to turn the fortunes of the country, especially as you make June the 3rd successful. You'll be opening the gates to make 2021-2022 a success. 2,000 barrels coming in to the second half of this year gets you on the oil-producing countries to position probably number 80 out of 100. How you get to 80,000 barrels in 2021 is hugely dependent on how we move along the 2,000 barrels. So that's the significance of this, that you need to make this step to be able to access the next bigger step.